Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another game. We have Clueless versus RuneFaust, and we see Kassadin, Zerath, and Graves being banned out by Clueless Gaming, and RuneFaust coming with Timo, Jinx, and Kha'Zix being banned out. So it's a very interesting ban phase. Zerath, I guess Kassadin, Kha'Zix, and Timo look more like. Specific bands. What do you uh, feel, Todd?
Yeah, Timo, I don't know, man. I don't know who plays Timo on RuneFaust side. But Zerath is a targeted ban aimed at Damien, which is most played champion, and he apparently is the mid laner. But looking at Damien being the first pick, there is a slight chance that he could be going some other role for only this game. I'm not sure.
Uh,
Aurora, take it over. What do you think about the picks coming in from RuneFaust and Clueless? Okay, she seems here. Obi, take it over.
Right now I can see pretty standard picks. We've seen that Malphite becoming so strong in the top lane again, and Malphite presence being felt in the last couple of games. So Malphite being picked up. Corki Annie is a very strong bot lane, but that combo is not working out. It'll be interesting to see if Damien decides to play Annie in mid lane, because Annie does have that insta burst potential. So I'm not sure if it's a bot lane pickup or a mid lane pickup as of yet. Fiddlesticks being hovered on is very interesting. We haven't seen Fiddlesticks being played in a long time. So they've probably decided, they probably think Annie's going in the bot lane, so they'll pick up a Leona to just counter stun the Annie for a while. And I don't know if that Fiddle will get picked up or not, but that Fiddlesticks does look like an interesting pick for the jungle.
The Fiddle is one of Devil's most played champions. He plays a lot of Fiddlesticks, and he's proved successful with it as well. So he's picked it once before in the ILG as well, and all his ultimates were pretty good. So that Fiddle does get locked in. One of the Devil's comfort picks. And you do see that the Thresh is open for the Vulcan 33. Vulcan 33 plays a lot of Thresh and some Morgana as well. But it looks like Damien will be picking any support for Vulcan. I'm not sure. Well, we will see. We do see that the Rumble gets picked for top lane against the Malphite. Rumble versus Malphite is a lane I've played in the past. It does go in your favor for the early few levels, and but in favor of the Rumble. But after Malphite gets a couple of tanky items, like he starts going Chalice or Abyssal, when he starts stacking that MR, things are going to start looking hard for the Rumble.
That is kind of true, but the early game Harris that the Rumble brings in the lane against the Malphite is just too overwhelming for the Malphite to handle. So if the Rumble is a good player, he should be able to bully Malphite early in the game pretty well. That's a Sejuani jungle, one of the strongest picks right now, because Sejuani is just that very undefeatable jungle right now with her stunlock CC and that perfect jungle clears. We see a brand picked up, though they're relying on that all-in comp with that Leona ulti, Malphite ulti, and a brand Fiddlesticks ulti with Caitlyn just clearing things up. So it is very interesting. Let's see what SWAT picks up. Would it be a support champion, or would we see Damien, or would we see someone else support? Because I think Damien might take the Annie to mid lane.
It is a definite possibility, but you have to note that on Team RuneFaust side, they have a brand with no peel, as in the bland requires a lot of peel because.
Well, they
One sec.
actually have peel on the blue side. There were a lot of peel coming in from Leona and that Fiddlesticks. So yeah, Damien on that Talon. I'm always excited when a Talon is picked up because the solo killing potential is just way too much. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see Damien playing that Talon, and he should be able to counter Brand for the early couple of levels. But the thing to be noticed is which team suffers better in a team fight. The purple team is definitely better at split pushing and just finishing the game split up. But if we talk about a all-in-all team comp wise, I would prefer the blue team because the team fighting potential is just so strong.
Indeed, Talon is a decent split pusher if he starts rolling, and Talon is one of those champions where he is very strong after once he hits level 6. So, and he's very snowbally as well. Once he gets a couple of kills, he will start snowballing. But if in case that yeah, I mean if in case Talon doesn't start snowballing, Brand will scale out much better in the late game. He'll be doing a lot of poke damage as well. And if Malphite gets tanky enough, Malphite can solo the Talon in a split push battle, especially considering Malphite has a teleport as opposed to the Talon.
Well, yes, but it'll be interesting to see how Rumble lands his ultimate and how Rumble and Sejuani can basically combo those ultis together because if they can, they'll be dealing some massive damage.
Indeed, Sejuani is very strong in the current patch. It's been one of the top tier jungle picks in the ILG as well as LCS games as well. But you have to note that in patch 5.6, Sejuani is getting kind of a huge nerf where her ultimate will no longer slow down people as much unless he manages to land it perfectly. If he doesn't hit the ultimate perfectly, the slow is currently at 80%, which is getting nerfed to around 30%. So that's basically a very strong nerf on this Sejuani. So it'll be interesting to see if the Sejuani is still a top tier pick here in the ILG despite that nerf. But nonetheless, for now it's still patch 5.5 and Sejuani is currently very strong. So yeah, Obi, tell me about this top lane matchup. You said the Rumble does bully out the Malphite in the early few levels, which is very true. Rumble does bully out the Malphite, but then I do believe in my personal experience, I haven't played a lot of top lane myself, but in the few occasions that I played Rumble against the Malphite, I've noticed that once a Malphite picks up the Abyssal for a second item along with the Chalice, he's going to be coming out ahead in the trades because Rumble
Well,
wouldn't be doing as
the
much
thing
damage.
is, the thing is,
Okay.
if a Rumble can just outplay you very early and just bully you in the lane, forcing you to recall back to your base, because Rumble has that potential against the Malphite. He can just bully him that strong, and once you rush that haunting guys on the Rumble, and once you complete that Leandry's Torment, it's basically giving you magic penetration with that percentage HP cutting. So Rumble will be that very high damaging champion for Malphite to face. So rather than going up straight armor and increasing his damage, Malphite has to go the magic resist route, which is the one point. The other point is the Rumble will, if the Rumble gets a very good enough lead, he will have that magic shredding armor magic pen. So he will be actually able to take down the Malphite. But it'll just depend on how well the Rumble plays and how well the Malphite handles the pressure of the Rumble in the top lane.
Indeed. So yeah, we'll find out how the top lane goes. As for the other matchups, we see Corki, Annie bot lane. They had a combo because we are pretty much seeing Annie Corky bot lane for the last couple of games. We even saw at the last game we just casted, Team Faggots facing off against I forgot the other team. But nonetheless, the Faggots have come off successful playing the Corky Annie bot lane. Yeah, they played, I think, Pew Pew Lasers. My bad.
Yeah, Pew Pew Lasers. And
yeah, that's a very high burst combo from both Annie and Corky because once Annie hits level 6 and he locks in the enemy AD carry or even the support, support is a Leona, so they should be aiming on the Caitlyn where once Caitlyn gets bursted upon, Corky will easily hit that Q and the R very easily onto the Caitlyn. If Caitlyn is away, Corky has a catch-up mechanism as well. It all depends how it's played, but Corky has more poke after level 6. But pre-level 6, Caitlyn should be able to keep a range and pull out the Corky and deny him from getting a couple of CS. As for the jungle matchup, well, Fiddlesticks can be arguably counter jungled by the Sejuani.
Yeah, Fiddlesticks does hold that pressure, but Fiddlesticks can in fact turn it around that Sejuani because if the Sejuani doesn't time her knock up, the Fiddlesticks can actually fear you in the middle, and Fiddlesticks can actually once the Fiddlesticks lands that timely fear, he will be able to suck on that HP for a long time. So yeah, the counter jungling, I don't think so. Any jungler would do that in this game, but it'll be interesting to see how the ganks work out. Everybody with that pretty standard pickup, even Malphite with that. Malphite picking up 2 mana potions and 1 health pot, so he's looking to be very aggressive in the lane, and I quite frankly like that. So let's see how it turns out to be.
Indeed, Team CluelessGaming were actually looking to invade in the bot lane, but they have been spotted by the Leona and they are seen backing away and teleporting to base. I wonder what that's all about. Okay, Annie lost a lot of her mana.
Well, yeah, Annie has basically taken an ancient coin. I haven't seen Annie players take ancient coin because they usually prefer that a bonus ability power which you get from the Frost Queen's Calm, and I don't know. Will this decision of Annie just be good for him or bad?
Indeed, but though the Spell Thieves actually gives a lot of ability power and mana sustain in lane, toward the mid and late stages of the game, I have to say that the Ancient Coin, when upgraded into the what's that called again? When it gets completely upgraded, it gives you the Shrilaya's kind of move speed boost where Annie can rush in with the team and gibbers multiple members of team RuneFaust. Well,
Yeah, but that's the only disadvantage that you lack a lot of ability power, which you get from Frost Queen's Calm, and not to forget that AoE is slow, so you can catch up faster and land that ulti faster. With Annie having that massive range advantage over the other people, really.
Indeed, we do see that Vulcan 33 on that Annie is taking a lot of unnecessary poke from both the Caitlyn and the Leona. And as you anticipated, top lane, the Rumble is putting some pressure on the Malphite. But Obi, don't you think Rumble pushing up against a Malphite is very risky for him because Malphite with his movement stealing passive and his slowdown abilities with the help of a jungler will pretty much get a kill onto the Rumble if they get a gank because Rumble doesn't have much of an escape other than A small slow, which is a skill shot, and a slight speed boost, which is pretty much negated by Malphite slow. As expected, Rumble does get ganked in the top lane, but no harm done in these early few levels. Rumble will just walk away.
And yeah, the W shield, the Rumble needs to just keep the top well warded, and he can push the Malphite as much as he can. So
But once I'm not sure if I do feel that Rumble, when he's a very push reliant champion, but then also doesn't have very reliable escape. So
yeah,
yeah,
Rumble has to rely on that W for his escape and his fighting potential, and yeah, he's being outrated right now because he's not managing it properly enough. He's not being able to manage his energy bar that properly enough. So yeah, this lane is turning out to be a bit difficult for the Rumble, but he is able to push it.
you see that Malphite is kind of outtrading him, and he has the crystalline flask for sustain.
Yeah,
Malphite.
yeah, but Malphite has just one charge of remaining of the crystalline flask. Let's see if he decides to go back or not, because Rumble has that shield. So as long as he stays,
This
uh,
could be first blood right here. Yaz is whoa, that was a straight up misplay on the part of Malphite.
yup, and Rumble picks up the first blood. Uh, we That's a beautiful play by Rumble, and Leona and Caitlyn being ganked on bot lane by Sejuani. Sejuani will catch the fiddlesticks doing the dragon. Now let's see how the dragon fight goes. She's burned a lot down of fiddlesticks, and Damien picks up that kill on the fiddlesticks. He will go behind that brand. There's a teleport coming in from the Rumble, and Rumble just burning in. He doesn't have that ultimate, but he's just burning their HP, and they secure the dragon. So all in all, the red team just came dominantly ahead in this trade.
Indeed. What time are you on? Orbit?
556, 556,
A little ahead, one second.
559.
Right now, keep telling me the time.
604, 605, 606,
Okay, okay.
607.
Yeah, all cool, all cool. Indeed, Rumble actually teleported right in the middle of three members and he was just allowed to walk away. I'm not sure what all that was about, but we did see that Team Clueless Gaming has put out wards at the dragon, knowing that Fiddlesticks is one of those few champions who can solo the dragon before anybody could even notice. So that is exactly why they have put up a couple of wards at Dragon Pit, and that's exactly why we saw Fiddlesticks going down, and that kill going on to the most feared snowballer in Team Clueless Gaming, Damien on that Talon, because once Talon Talon gets going, it's very hard to control him until the very late stages of the game. So where Brand will outscale him, but then it all depends if Brand gets assassinated by the Talon before the start of a fight. But nonetheless, our kill on the Talon is very scary at the moment.
Yep, indeed. And you can just see them trading hand hits right now. Talon coming down. The damage burst on the Caitlyn. They will take her down. I don't know why Annie took an extra hit from the turret. A bit of a misplay by Annie, and she does fall down. But a beautiful follow up there onto that Leona to pick up that kill. Damien has started to snowball pretty hard. 1 kill and 2 assists. with the brutalizer completed. Let's see what he goes and picks up next. Corki has been given the 2 kills, so he is also getting farmed pretty hard. Right at this moment, the red team has the gold advantage where they need it on both the carries basically. So this is going quite in the favor of the red team, I must say.
Indeed, but you have to note that Caitlyn is a very strong late game champion and brand as well. So if I was on team RuneFaust, and if I was brand, I just ask my team to play it very passive in the early games against the Corki and a very a talent who has high roaming potential, and he's pretty much unkillable 1v1 by anybody at this point, especially after getting all these kills. So yeah, I'm not sure why these people are a little overextended at bot lane. They should play it really safe. It's okay to miss a couple of CS when you know that the talent goes missing.
Well, yeah, that's true. I think it's a bit of a miss and a gank being there by the Annie and Sejuani, and they will pick up another kill on the Caitlyn. The Corki getting all the farm he needs. He's getting fed as much as he wants, and he will be that very destructive force as soon as the Triforce gets completed. He will just start dishing out so much damage that it will be impossible for the blue team to handle. So yeah, even though it's a very late game comp, I think they won't, the way they are progressing right now, red team won't let them touch the late game. They will just outfarm them to the point that they will fall a lot behind in the red team, which is one of my biggest fears right now.
King Bradley on that Sejuani is doing the right thing by ganking a lot at the bot lane.
Oh, and that's a flash in Tibbers by Annie, but it doesn't. It just burns a flash from Brand, and Talon is just lolling at it because that wasn't really necessary to be done. I don't know what Annie was thinking with that flash in Tibbers because their Talon was just so way behind.
Indeed. But nonetheless, did you notice the failed fiddle at mid as well? That was really funny.
Yes,
to look at.
I did. And another kill pickup on that Annie, on that Caitlyn. They're just not letting the Caitlyn have any breathing space.
Okay, they're not respecting the 3-0-0 Corki, who's currently 4-0-0 up in kills right now. Caitlyn has to know that she has already lost the lane and she has to start playing it passive at the moment. Corki, that damage which was dished out by his Q, thanks to him picking out that chain, he pretty much deleted Caitlyn's health points right there. So, not the best of decisions from Caitlyn to stick around a little forward against a really fed Corki.
Well, that's true, and it's 11 minutes into the game, and we have almost a 3.5. Yep, we have a 3.5k gold difference already in 11 minutes into the game, which is a huge amount of difference. Leona getting caught over here, and he does manage to land the stun, but Leona will go back safely. Corki doesn't want to overextend and overcome it right now. So yeah. Agent 007 is pretty happy with the farm he has right now, and yeah, he shouldn't be overextending.
You do know that the bot lane of Team RuneFaust is struggling thanks to a lot of ganks by King Bradley, and Devils has to try and make something happen about that.
And that's
but you do
steal
see that
by King Bradley. He is going on that fiddle jungle. That is the counter jungling pressure on that fiddlesticks we talked about. And as you can see, the top lane struggling a lot against Rumble. He has 41 CS to the 65. Damien taking in a lot of damage. And that's just another trade going up top. Wow. Even after that spectral cowl, the Malphite is taking a lot of damage. Oh! He misses that ulti, and that was a flash after it. So, a bit mistimed by King Bradley, but nonetheless, I think they'll contest this for a dragon. Oh, and that's a burst onto the Leona. Damien picking up a solo assassination kill. He's just snowballing so hard right now. What are your thoughts on that?
Indeed, the talent is very fat and he's looking very unstoppable at this point. In a 5v5 game, talent isn't picked as much because talent usually snowballs from kills which are aimed toward the bot lane. But I mean, usually in 5v5 game, people just communicate missing talent and ask the bot lane or the top lane to back away. But Damien has found his way to get through that all and get some assists and kills, and he is snowballing pretty hard, and he will be a force to be reckoned with
that's
until
a
late
Fiddle
game.
ulti lock in and a Malphite ulti being locked in, and that's a beautiful gameplay. The Rumble at that point was had pretty much overextended, and they had no vision, so the Rumble should have backed out, but he decides to stay there, and that's a haunting guys being completed on him with a needlessly large rod. So wow, he's gonna deal a lot of damage right now.
Adu, exactly the build as Crimson Health well on his Rumble went yesterday. You have to notice that an upgrade from the Haunting Guys to the Leandries is 1415 gold as opposed to the needlessly large rod being 1600. Don't you think completing the Leandries Torment on the Rumble would be a better buy than just picking up picking up a needlessly large rod?
Well, if you have that much amount of farm that you can pick up a needlessly large rod after haunting guys, it's better. It's definitely better because the faster you complete that Zhonya's Hourglass on your Rumble, the more safer you are internally, and the more safely you can pressure and go ahead because you have that fallback resource, which not only does protect you but also gives you that massive ability power boost. And Leandry's Torment can be completed as a mid-game item because it really relies on your HP cutting. And right now, nobody is that beefy that you need to rush that Leandry's. So the Leandry's is most effective during the mid and the late games. And that's a blue turret being destroyed. So one turret for the red team, a 5k, almost 5k gold lead difference, which is embarrassing right now. Damien picking up another kill on Devils. Sejuani getting that ulti. The brand with a nice ulti just picking up Annie. And would they pick up another kill on Caitlyn? Agent 007 is going in, and Damien picks it up. Malphite with a perfect ulti will get on a kill on the Talon, and a very eventful gank, but in the end, it goes in the favor of the red team. It's 6.3k gold advantage at the 16-minute mark, and I think it's very, very, very difficult to come back from it.
So power spike as well from the Talon and the Corki at this point. Not to mention the Rumble is very high at this point. But regarding the build on the Rumble, a lot of people believe that Leandries, I mean, can be completed mid-game or even in the late game for most champions. But Rumble's ult especially kind of does a hell of a lot more when completely upgraded to the Leandry's Torment, and which is what all the even in LCS people start doing. I mean, they pick up the Leandry's Torment as the first item on the Rumble. Any other champion like say Vlad or any other, I mean, yeah, Vlad, Kennen, they all complete the Leandries at the end stage of the game, but they always pick up the Leandries at the first item on the Rumble alone. Because of his ultimate, because the ultimate does a hell of a lot more being completely upgraded. But nonetheless, it's a build path, I guess. Some people prefer going the needlessly large route and the Zonias ahead of the Leandries. Yeah.
So we are seeing that vision battle been happening in the bot lane, in the jungle of the blue team right now. They are trying to deny them the buffs, and oh, that's a jump in from Damien. A beautiful Fiddlesticks ulti, and Fiddlesticks will take Damien down. That's a follow up from the Malphite. Another kill being landing. Rumble just coming in, joining the party and picking up one kill, two kill, and they will take down the Malphite as well. They just didn't realize that was the massive damage I've been talking about. That one needlessly large rod with that haunting guys can just do so much of destructive damage, combined with that Corki's Triforce, and they just decimated them. They just decimated them right there and then.
Indeed, indeed. The team fight was actually looking really good in favor of Team RuneFaust until the point when Rumble joined in. Agent 007 was actually pushed far, not letting him to deal as much damage despite being that fed at the early stage when Fiddle kind of zoned him out. But yeah, when Rumble joined the fight, Corky and Rumble pretty much cleaned it up, and fight turned out to be a 3-for-5 exchange in favor of Team CluelessGaming.
Yep, Clueless is looking pretty
And
hell bent on winning this right now, and they're pretty far ahead. Almost, yeah, a 10k gold lead at the 19-minute point. If this was an LCS game, the casters would have said that it's almost impossible to cover it. But even I would say only a miracle can save the blue team right now, because the red team is just snowballing and they're just taking objectives after objectives and denying blue team as much as they can. On the other hand, the Leona does get caught. Annie trying to bring Damien as close as he can to Leona. Leona misses a stun, but she will go back safely. Uh, Four members are down bot, and Devils has left the game, but he's reconnected. I guess he just relogged.
need a small lag issue, but nonetheless, in the last fight, when though it went in favor of Team CluelessGaming, there was actually a very reckless engage coming in from Damien, where he was the one who initiated the fight instead of the Annie
Oh,
and
that's a
Rumble.
beautiful ulti combined by Sejuani and Rumble. That's a lot of damage they're gonna deal. Malphite falls down, double kill on the Talon. They will pick up that kill on the Caitlyn. Damien is going all in, and he will pick up that kill. Triple kill on that Talon, and that's a. Oh, Fiddlesticks remains. Fiddlesticks is the only alive member of the blue team, and they've pushed this so far. I think they'll take this turret down before they go. Yes, they will take this turret down,
Devils
and
was
it's
not
20 for 6, and they're just looking so dominating in this game right now.
Devils was not there in the fight. I don't know why Team RuneFaust engaged that fight, because Devils did DC, he did lag out a bit, and they still took the fight despite being so down in gold and objectives. That was poor decision by Team RuneFaust, but they are probably starting to give up at this point, seeing every member of Team CluelessGaming is very ahead on every lane. You do see that the Talon is seen at top along with the Rumble. They definitely want to take down the top second tier turret as well. Sejuani and Annie are seen heading toward the top side of the map as well. So current objective in focus for Team CluelessGaming is second tier turret of Team RuneFaust. Meanwhile, a pause comes in. Another disconnection issue, I guess. Devils might be having some connection issues. Meanwhile, talking about the builds about these players, we do see Corki finishing on that Bloodthirster, which I guess is standard on Corki. What do you think? Why do you think that is, Obi? People opting to go for the Bloodthirster as opposed to an Infinity Edge?
Because the Bloodthirster not only gives them that all-in potential, but that shield. Oh, and that's a flash Tibbers by Annie, and they will pick up this kill. The Zonias won't be able to save the Fiddlesticks. Rumble ulting, and he will be able to pick up that kill on Leona. So a beautiful play. And yeah, the preferring Bloodthirster because the Bloodthirster just gives them so much damage and so much lifesteal, and that shield just gives them a lot of protection to go all in without thinking much about it. So the red team is pretty snowballing hard right now.
Indeed, indeed. As another pause comes in, I guess somebody on the team of Team RuneFaust is having some connection troubles, but nonetheless they still unpause it. But the goal deficit is insurmountable at this point of time. It's 27 to 43, and it doesn't look like Clueless Gaming is that kind of team which just throws it hard. So I think unless this intentionally start throwing this game will be closed out by Clueless Gaming within the next 5 or 10 minutes. 10 minutes at most. They could actually just go and take the Baron right now. Being that it is a 6 to 24 in kills, and knowing that Clueless Gaming is coming out ahead in all these team fights, they can just go ahead and take the Baron. They can even fight a 4v fight at this point, being so far ahead and still come out ahead. Either Pratap on that Leona taking so much damage. Leona being such.
And that's a flash in. That's a Fiddle ulti and a Malphite ulti shutting down the Rumble, shutting down the Corki. Sorry, Rumble with a beautiful ulti with that combined ulti from Sejuani. He picks up a double kill, and Sejuani going in all in on that Caitlyn. Double kill picked up by Sejuani, and they will pick up another kill on the Brand. So that's an ace from the blue red team. 1 for 4 exchange, which is pretty amazing right now. And I think they should start closing this game off right now. They should push this turret and then probably take a Baron, because right now they can purely force a Baron fight without any risks of losing it.
Indeed, this is exactly what I was talking about a few moments ago. They can easily win out a 4v5 fight. You did see that Corki was caught out right there and instantly taken out by that Fiddle ult and some assistance from Leona as well. But Team RuneFaust is just so far behind in gold at this point that despite a Fed Corki being taken out at the very start of the fight before he could do anything, the team fight still went in favor of Team Clueless Gaming thanks to a Fed Talon and Rumble. And that Rumble ultimate, man, that equalizer was just beautiful. It landed across all 3 members, and that Rumble's Q pretty much did so much time. I mean, it deleted